Hello, Kofa Kings. So, real quick, we're going to talk about the first and second laws of thermodynamics and how they relate to ecology. So, all organisms, they do need energy. Now, some organisms, like plants, for example, they can convert sunlight into glucose to provide them with the energy they need. However, animals, for example, or some bacteria and protists and fungi, they cannot do this. So they have to consume something else to get their energy. So that's why energy is very important to the study of ecology. So thermodynamics is just the study of how energy transforms. Now the first law of thermodynamics is pretty simple. It just states that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It only moves from one form to another. So a good way to think about this is if you get into a car takes gasoline, which is a chemical way of storing energy, and then when it's burned, it turns into heat that then moves a piston, which is mechanical energy, and drives the car forward. Now, with that being said, so the first law of thermodynamics just states that energy cannot be created or destroyed, while the second law goes into when we do burn the gasoline in our car to propel it forward, the energy is converted to all these different forms, right? So remember, we start off with chemical gasoline, then it's burned, and then which is a form of heat energy, then that heat energy is converted into mechanical energy to drive the car forward. Well, no matter how good the reaction is, there's always some energy that gets lost for whatever reason. And it usually gets lost in the form of heat. So if you go and stand out next to a running car, even in the winter time, you'll notice there's heat coming off it. That heat is wasted energy because we would rather use that heat or that energy to push the car forward, but it's used to give off heat. So there's always excess energy that's unusable. And going off that, this unused energy that we can never recover is what we call entropy. And entropy is the measure of the disorder or the randomness in the universe. And over time, the universe is getting more and more disordered, and there's more and more heat being released when that happens. So entropy is just disorder. So in the long term, the universe is getting more and more disordered. Now, entropy or disorder in the system, it naturally occurs, and it's going to continue to increase until the end of time. And that's because no process is 100% efficient. So the second law of thermodynamics, there's always some energy lost. And if you look at this cheetah down here, now the cheetah wants to run forward, and that's fine. It's taken in its energy from probably some animal that it ate, and then it breathes out carbon dioxide and water. But this heat that you see rising off it with these little squiggly lines cannot be recovered. So that's the entropy that's lost. So I hope this was helpful, and thank you for listening.